Thank you, Madam Chair. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I did have some questions. I know that Senator Fisher mentioned some of this earlier as relates to electric vehicles. The weight of some of these vehicles, including, I know you mentioned, the battery alone can be the weight of a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla. And so there's certainly safety issues there as it relates to guardrails and other vehicles on the road. You would agree with that, right?
Yes.
There's also issues, I want to talk about our infrastructure too. The weight of these vehicles, the strain that it can have on parking garages, roads, and bridges, the amount of money that will be expended to either reinforce or repair. Who is looking at this? Because we have a mandate for auto manufacturers to produce 50% of their fleet to be electric vehicles by 2030. I know there's a new rule in the works to have that number increased. I don't know if it's 65% or 75% by 2032. That's being considered. So it seems to me we're entering this phase as it relates to these mandates for electric vehicles, and all of these repercussions, all of these ancillary concern, I don't know who's addressing it. So I'm asking you, are you guys looking at this? Who is looking at this? Because this seems to be a disaster on the horizon for the American people and our infrastructure, but I don't hear a lot of talk about it.
Thank you, Senator. I have raised this consistently over the past year and a half, starting with the Transportation Research Board, where I raised concerns with respect to increasing size and weight of all vehicles, but particularly the weight of electric vehicles, that we really needed to look at the safety impact, not just on crashes, but to our infrastructure as well, and protecting people. The whole reason why we have a guardrail is to protect people when there is a crash, yet it wouldn't withstand some of the crashes with some of these high weights of heavy vehicles, including heavy electric vehicles, as was demonstrated by the University of Nebraska. Somebody needs to take action here. We have repeatedly flagged it. It is within the Department of Transportation's purview to do that, and I encourage them strongly to get ahead of it. We're behind right now.
And I know that as it relates to first responders who are responding to, crashes or other, that are involved, that lithium batteries are involved with, what is your take on the safety for our first responders as they're responding to these EV crashes?
It's a significant danger. We issued a report just a few years ago raising concerns regarding a number of crashes that we investigated involving electric vehicles and the risk to emergency responders from stranded energy inside the battery and components, and the significant potential for shock. We also raised concerns with respect to secondary responders, which are the tow truck operators, because we saw many of these vehicles reigniting on the tow truck and up to 5 days later in the tow yard.
So I guess the last question I have, so you've raised these issues, you've flagged the issues that relates to particularly weights to of the EVs to the Department of Transportation. Have you gotten a response? Has Secretary Buttigieg or anyone responded to that? Is there any momentum? What do you need from us?
So we have not issued a specific safety recommendation, but we've raised it as an emerging trend and a problem that they need to take seriously. I have not had further interaction.
Okay, we'll look forward to working with you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.